Okay, guys, I have a series of UFOs, UFO sightings, and I got photographs, and I found two photographs. Couldn't believe it, of the UFO I saw. So anyway, here it is. I lived in Woodslee, Ontario, same as the last video, and I was coming down 46, a highway, 2-lane highway, through the countryside, through the cornfields, and it follows alongside 401. Anyway, I'll put it up on Google in a minute. Anyway, as I left Chatham, no, it wasn't Chatham, Leamington. I left Leamington. I had deliveries at I delivered organic food. I had deliveries at the fish. I had to pick up fish at the fish place in Leamington, where the fishing boats are. Where? And I was driving back home, and it was cloudy out, and I'm feeling the boys. All of a sudden, I started feeling the boys. It was during the day, which is rare, and the ETs. I was feeling the ETs. My seeds were glowing. I was sparking, and as I got closer and closer to home, which took about 40 fucking minutes, it's getting more and more and more and more and more intense. And at one point, I was freaking. I was so high. I had tingles, waves of tingles going over my skin, from my head to my ass, and my hairs were standing on it, and I couldn't drive, man. I'm like, I had to talk myself down. I said, "Come on down, Rich. Come on. You gotta go down." And it wouldn't go down. So I'm like, I gotta get home, because I'm driving this damn car on the highway, and a van, and I'm looking out the window for the boys, the ETs, for a ship or something to see in the sky. It was cloudy. I couldn't see nothing. I was like, fuck. So I'm freaking out. I'm driving. And I pull into home. I drive up the driveway. I'm going to show you where share screen. Give me a minute. That's not it. Okay, here we are. See that church? Remember that church? I'm gonna take you. I found it on Google. Woodslee, Ontario. I'll show you where I lived, but it ain't far away. Right here. I pulled in this driveway, and a guy parked the van right at this garage. If you can see. There's the van. That's my boss's old van. Anyway, as I parked it here. I saw as I pulled in, I saw two, what I thought were, no, one. I saw one. That was a different thing. I saw one vulture flying in the sky, and I'm peeking and freaking. Remember, my seeds are glowing. My seeds are fucking freaking out. I see a vulture in the sky over top of the church. Okay, so let's go back to the church. I want to show you. This is important. So that'd be what the view I had. Oh, actually, it was more like this. So from the garage, I can see the top of the church, like that. I can see the steeple. So the top of the garage would be right about here, or something like that. and I could see a vulture sitting in the sky, flying in the sky, and it was black, pitch black. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that a vulture? And all of a sudden I realized, fuck, it's the boys, man. It's the boys. And so I grabbed my reached, went back in the van, pulled out my camera. I aimed it at the black sphere. It was a black sphere right above this church, right about here, this area. And I took 2 shots. The thing is, they weren't focused perfectly. That's the only problem I had. So I got them developed and I posted them in my Facebook page right here. That's it. That's zoomed in. Now I had the focal length at 35 millimeter, which is this. See that right there? That's what I thought was a vulture. Now the church is right down here, right below. I never took a picture of the church. I should have, but I didn't. I had no time. I saw it sitting there and I snapped that picture. I saw it sitting there and I snapped another picture. 2 shots. Quick succession. Click, click. Little did I know, camera wasn't focused enough. So these shots are zoomed in a little, and that's what it looked like. And plus I adjusted the lighting. I gave it some contrast and edited photos to bring it out, to make it stand out more. And we'll zoom it in even more. That's as far as it goes. That's the craft. That's it. Black sphere sitting above the church. And then it took off straight up. Just like that. Faster than that, actually. I'm sitting there looking at it after I took the pictures and went straight up out of sight. And at that point I realized I should have took video. But what can you do? There you got it. There you have it. Now, so I got to thinking, I can do CE5s. And the reason that I learned something the other day, I learned that the UFO spheres are white in a clear sky, in the blue sky. They flicker, white to black, white to black. I don't know why, as they spin, they flicker white to black. When cloud cover, you have cloud cover, they show up black. I don't know. So I learned that. So I asked ETs in a CE5 session a bunch of times. Always when the sun was going down. So I had lower light plus cloud cover. And I sit there with my camera and I wait, looking at the church from my house. I had to stand in the driveway of the house to see the church steeple above the house. Now, when I asked, the ETs was appear above the steeple of the church. So what I did was, in my mind, I saw the church and I saw the black sphere above the church, and I formed a mental picture. I'd hook up to the ETs, ask verbally, and send them the mental picture of what I wanted above the church. And that happened over the next 2 years. Over the next 2 years, I did that. It happened 3 or 4 more times. Each time I messed it with my camera. The last time I did it, I I have my new camera. I had a Nikon P900 or something like that. Had a really good zoom. Had really good everything. Anyway, enough to get high quality photos or video. So I was determined. It was cloudy day. In the evening, sun was going down. 8 o'clock, and the day before I asked, put a black sphere above the church, stationary, above the church, and have it zoom away really fast. And I gave that picture to them. I mentally gave that picture to the ETs. I hook up to the ET's spirit, their seeds, from my seeds to their seeds. I hooked up to them and sent them that. So the next day I knew it was going to be cloudy out from the weather. So I asked and waited. So I'm sitting there waiting in the driveway. I turned around, I lit a cigarette or something. I was smoking. I turned around for some reason. I looked back. Because as soon as you look away, that's when they'll come. I don't know why. I looked away, I looked back. Boom! Black sphere sitting in the sky. I grabbed my camera, I turned it on, and I thought I hit the fucking record button. So I'm filming this thing. I thought I was filming it for at least a half a minute. And it was sitting right here above the church steeple, right where my cursor is. And then it took off, not straight up this time. It took off at an angle. I don't know, it went up like that. Went right into the clouds, and you can see it. It didn't go full blast like the last time. It went zoom. And I would have had it in the camera, full frame of it taking off. I thought I filmed it. I was so pumped. I was crying. I was pissed myself. Oh, I wasn't pissed, but I was crying, man. Oh, fuck. I was so happy. I got it. I turned around. I'm glowing. My sparks are glowing. Fucking turn it around. Turn the camera on. Go to watch a video. And I didn't record. I didn't hit record. And that burnt me so bad, man. I was so bummed. All that, and I didn't hit record. Fuck. But I'm still alive to tell you about it. And I got 2 pictures from on my Facebook. Now, other times I filmed it above the church. The second time I didn't film any of them. I only got photographs of one time. It was going this way. It was going nice and slow. I watched it. I eyeballed it. It was going about that fast. Across church. And another time it went across like that too. Fourth time I asked, I said, stationary, stop fucking moving, because I don't got enough time to get my camera and hit record, if I remember to actually film you guys. So I don't got that much sky to look at. So you gotta go slow, man. You gotta be stationary. I told him that, stationary. And fuck if it didn't, it was stationary, and it took off. Bam! Right into the clouds. I saw it actually leave its position and go up into the clouds. I eyeballed it, and I thought I had it. I eyeballed it through the viewfinder of the video camera. I thought I had it. Right here in this house. So I'd be standing right about there. See the white garage? I was standing right over here by the house when I saw it. Because I can't see above the garage. I couldn't. Like, I can go back today if I had a vehicle. I'd go back. But so I was standing right about here in the driveway. And I could see the church steeple. That's my line of sight. God damn, man. God damn. And I remember many a night, the girl that lived in this house, she walked around naked. Oh, she was beautiful too. I could see it right in her window. She never closed the curtains. I was just standing here having a smoke. And this girl across the street, and she was over here. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but highlights of living in Woodslee. She was nice too. Anyway, never talked to either of them. But that's where I filmed my UFO. Yep, and I put it over top of the church steeple. So if anybody saw it, they wouldn't have. But if anybody saw it, they'd say it was some kind of divine thing and it would be Jesus Christ and everything would be happy. They were being invaded by aliens. You know what I'm saying? So that's my UFO video. Woodslee, Ontario. That's the road I was driving down when I was freaking out. Like 100 miles road. Goes all the way to Tilbury, through Tilbury and beyond, off to London. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's the story. I'm sticking to it till the day I die. And I got the photos. You want to see them? So cool. So cool. And I was flipping out because there was no entities in the craft. There's no people in this craft. They were elsewhere, cloaked. Off to the left, I think. This is a probe they put there. Like a fucking probe. A drone. A high-tech drone. They put it there. Took off. There's no entities in this craft. They're off to the left. Cloaked in their ship or wherever. And I've seen these fucking things my whole life, 100 times. Flying over Windsor, flying over Detroit, flying everywhere I went in Canada. I've seen them. Just getting a picture of it was damn near a miracle. Okay, guys. Talk to you later, I guess. Bye.